Hey guys, Duke here, and today we're going to be taking a deeper dive into the leveling system in Destiny. For as great a game as Destiny is, it's a widely held belief that it is lacking in some of the basic how-tos. Even something as simple and core to the game as leveling isn't explained well, if much at all, anywhere in the game. My overarching goal with this video is to provide a concise overview of each stage of the leveling system, while also providing some advanced tips towards the end of the video for those of you that are looking to really learn the ins and outs of the system. From a fresh new light 750 Guardian, all the way to 1060 and beyond in the coming seasons, this guide will be your one-stop shop in learning how to level your character. There are currently 3 tiers of caps on the leveling system: the soft cap, the powerful cap, and the pinnacle cap. While the exact numbers of these caps will change in Beyond Light, the information in this video will most likely still be relevant, unless the light leveling system changes completely, and in that case, I'll make sure to post updated information with a new video. Our first goal in leveling is to hit the soft cap, which in Season of Arrivals is at 1000 base power. When I refer to base power, that is the level you get without any bonus applied from your artifact, which I will talk about briefly later. As you can see on the screen, your base power is also referred to as your gear power, and is the white number pictured here. This is the most simple part of the leveling process, as making it to the soft cap can be done with any method of your choosing. Your choices include, but are not limited to, running strikes, crucible, gambit, public events, lost sectors, turning in tokens to vendors, and much, much more. Even just killing random enemies out in the world can drop higher leveled loot. These loot drops will consistently drop higher than your current power. Note, that doesn't mean it will always be a helpful drop, as it's possible that some of your gear will already be higher than your overall gear's power, and in that case, a drop that is higher than your overall power may not be a drop that is actually helpful to your character. For example, on this new character, I've got a 762 kinetic drop, although my current overall gear score is only 754. So if I were to get another kinetic drop, even though it may be 760 or higher than most every other drop on my character, it would not actually help me, as my current kinetic is already 762. Personally, I would choose whichever part of the game you enjoy most, while also taking some time to work through the new light quests to get yourself to the 1000 power soft cap. So you've hit 1000 power. You're continuing to run strikes, or crucible, or gambit, or whatever you chose from the last section, and for some reason, drops aren't helping you anymore. What gives? Welcome to powerful gear leveling. What that means is in order to increase your level from here, you must acquire gear from powerful gear sources. There is a limited amount of powerful gear that you can get per week. When looking at the director, the destinations that have the yellow flashing icon next to them indicate that there is a powerful or pinnacle leveling source able to be earned from there. Let's take a look at the Vanguard tab as an example. You can see those yellow flashing symbols again, indicating which nodes have powerful and pinnacle drops available from them. If you look at the Vanguard Strikes tab, you can see that there is a weekly challenge that awards pinnacle gear. And if you look at the Ordeal tab, there is 2 weekly challenges available, one for a powerful gear and one for a pinnacle gear. At this point in your leveling journey, both powerful and pinnacle gear will be extremely useful to you. There are quite a few powerful and pinnacle gear sources. Some of these are pinnacles, which I will be talking about in the next section, but for now you can basically treat them as better powerful gear drops. We've got the strike drops I already mentioned, Gambit, Crucible, which actually has 2 drops, one for the core playlist and one for the rotator playlist, as well as multiple drops when either Trials or Iron Banner is available. The Moon's weekly story mission, Nightmare Hunts, Eris challenges, the Garden of Salvation raid, the Pet of Heresy dungeon, the Prophecy dungeon, and the weekly Flashpoint. There are also multiple vendor powerful drops that you can get from completing bounties, such as Strike bounties from Zavala, Crucible bounties from Shaxx, Gambit bounties from Drifter, Gunsmith bounties from Banshee, and Clan bounties from Hawthorne. In addition, there are Prime Engrams, which require Prime attunement and can be dropped either randomly from challenging enemies or at the end of a Crucible match. Lastly, for this season there is a powerful drop from completing the Contact public event, as well as the Umbral Mastery 1 gift, allowing your first 3 Umbrals each week to decrypt at a higher power. Also, there is the weekly Means to an End quest. Once you hit 1050, you're on to the Pinnacle grind. The Pinnacle grind is going to include many of the same drops we just talked about, just less of them. The weekly Pinnacle gear sources are the 100k Nightfall, the Master Nightmare Hunt, Garden of Salvation raid, Pit of Heresy dungeon, Prophecy dungeon, and the Means to an End quest. Iron Banner and Trials also have multiple Pinnacle drops when they are available to be played. All of the Pinnacle drops I've talked about so far are considered +2 Pinnacle drops, which means they will drop 2 higher than your current highest gear score, up to 1060. There are also a few +1 Pinnacle drops, such as the 3 weekly strikes with the weekly subclass element, the 4 core playlist Crucible matches, 3 Gambit matches, and reaching 5,000 weekly clan XP. This is arguably the most difficult part of the grind, with most pinnacle sources being balanced around having a team, as well as being locked behind difficult content. But that difficulty is what makes them pinnacle rewards. Now for some of the tips I was talking about earlier. These are things I would only worry about if you are someone who wants to level quickly, or at least as efficiently as possible, especially going into future seasons. First I'm going to talk about the +8 rule. Here's a clip from a previous video showing what the +8 rule is, as well as an example. You look at your character. How many points are you above your current level? Again, ignoring your power bonus. So I'm at 971. So I'm going to look at all my items, and anything that is above 971, I will add a +1 for every point. So 973, that is 2 higher than 971, so I'd add +2. 974, that is 3 higher, so that I'd add another 3, which is +5 total. 973, it's another 2, so that's +7 total. And then this is 973, so that's another 2, so that is +9 total. If all of that plus whatever total is at least 8 points, that means that you can get another level, because 8 points total, like 8 points across all your gear, will be an extra point of your gear score. So basically I can get to 972 based on that math. And because it's 9, I don't need to get every single piece to my 971, I only need to get up to where it's 8, so I only need to get 2 of these 3 that are currently at 970 to 971, and I actually just turned in my first engram, which was a heavy, which hit 971, so then I can put that on. I actually don't even have to put it on, doesn't matter. But so now I only need one of the 2, so I either need an energy weapon or a helmet from these engrams, and that will hit me to 972, so we can kind of keep turning these in. Again, this is pure RNG in terms of if you get it or not. Beautiful. I literally opened up 2 engrams, hit the 2 pieces I needed, and boom, now I am 972. As shown in the video, you can turn in tokens to vendors to get drops that will be at level with your character. The website vendorengrams.xyz keeps updated information on which characters are dropping high, aka +0s or at your level drops, to be able to even out your character. When done to be able to push yourself to the next level, doing this will ensure that your next powerful or pinnacle drop drops 1 higher than it would have otherwise, as you are 1 higher power than you were before. Done just once, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but if done each time that you are capable of leveling without wasting a time-gated resource in your powerful or pinnacle drop, it can make quite a large difference. Note that the vendor token trick only works up to the powerful cap, which again is 1050, but you can also use season pass drops as they will scale with your character's level all the way up to 1060. You could also actually use powerful gear sources to attempt to edge your character, as they will also scale equal to your level even past the powerful gear cap, but I personally would consider that a bit extreme, time-consuming, and RNG dependent to be worth it for most people. My final tip is thinking about which activities can drop which type of loot. For example, many people refer to the Garden of Salvation as the Garden of Energy Weapons. While RNG can certainly play a part, if you really need an energy weapon to level, that may not be a bad place to start your pinnacle leveling for the week. In contrast, if you really need a heavy weapon, you absolutely should do every other pinnacle drop before doing Garden, as there are no heavy weapons in the loot pool. Also, both the Pit and Prophecy Dungeon pinnacles are guaranteed to be armor, so if your character's weapons are higher than its armor, starting there could be a good idea. These few tips do not guarantee any sort of good RNG or success, but if done consistently can certainly make an impact on the ease of your leveling. And there we have it, from new light to max light. I sincerely hope that this explained a few of the hidden mysteries of the Destiny leveling system in a detailed yet concise way. If this did help out on your Destiny journey, a like and a comment is always extremely appreciated, and if you have any feedback or ideas for a future guide-based video similar to this, please let me know below, as well as or during my stream over at twitch.tv/DukeIsCool. I stream Raid and PvE helps 5 days a week starting at 6 Central, and would love to talk Destiny with you or maybe even get to do some raids.